Before the story, imagine this scene: a pair of ancient dice resting in a weathered hand. They have decided the rise and fall of kings, the ruin of gamblers, and the fortunes of countless dreamers. Yet the greatest victory was never won by the dice, it was won by the person who refused to let them rule the heart. Writing the dice never owned the soul. In a quiet village surrounded by rolling hills and ancient oak trees, there lived a young woman named Alara. Every dawn she crossed a weathered stone bridge that stretched over a gentle river. The bridge had stood for centuries, surviving storms, floods, and wars. It had become a symbol of endurance, just as one man sitting upon it had become a symbol of something even greater. His name was Lucius. Years earlier, Lucius had been celebrated across the kingdom as a fearless soldier. He possessed wealth, honor, and the admiration of many. But after the wars ended, he discovered another battlefield, one without swords or shields. It was the battlefield of desire. A single game of dice became another. Another became a habit. Soon, every victory demanded a greater risk. Every defeat whispered promises of redemption through one final roll. One terrible night, beneath the dim light of oil lamps, Lucius placed everything he owned upon the table. His home, his gold, his inheritance, his future. The dice spun through the air like tiny stars falling from heaven. When they landed, silence filled the room. He had lost everything. His friends disappeared. His wealth vanished. His name became a warning told to children. For many years he wandered without purpose, believing fortune had stolen his life. But during those lonely years, he met an old philosopher living in the mountains. The old man asked only one question: did the dice steal your peace, or did you hand it to them yourself? Lucius had no answer, so he stayed. For years he studied wisdom instead of chasing luck. He learned that wealth belongs to fortune, reputation belongs to other people, health belongs partly to nature, but character belongs only to us. When he finally returned to his village, he carried nothing except a small pair of ancient dice. People assumed he still gambled. They were wrong. Every morning he held the dice in his hand, not to seek fortune, but to remember the greatest lesson of his life. The dice represented everything beyond his control. His response represented everything within it. One evening, as the setting sun painted the sky with gold and crimson, Alara stopped beside him. She had watched him for years. She had never seen him gamble. Only smile, only breathe, only watch the river flow. Curious, she asked, "Why do you still keep the dice that destroyed your life?" Lucius gently rolled them across his palm. "They destroyed nothing," he answered softly. "My own ignorance did." He looked toward the river. "The dice simply revealed a weakness that already lived inside me." Alara frowned. "I don't understand." Lucius picked up a small stone and tossed it into the water. Ripples spread in every direction. Life throws stones into everyone's river. You cannot stop the stone. You cannot command the water. But you can decide whether your heart becomes as restless as the ripples, or as deep as the river beneath them. Then he opened his hand. "The dice remind me every day that life is uncertain. The next roll may bring success. It may bring failure. It may bring wealth. It may bring loss. But none of those things can decide whether I remain honest, courageous, patient, and kind. Those choices are mine." His words settled deep inside Alara. From that day forward, she understood that every sunrise carried invisible dice. Some mornings offered opportunity, others delivered disappointment. Some days she was praised. If this story resonated with you, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on this journey. Stay with us for more timeless wisdom, and remember, virtue, wisdom, unmoved. See you in the next story.